Right. Hello, friends. Good evening. Welcome you all to the series on Thursday for Technology. Uh, in today's session, this is actually 27th session. In last 26 sessions, out of which 25 I have taken the session. One session I invited a faculty from Coimbatore, and last 4 weeks I could not take up the session, considering first 26 sessions. Basically, 26 weeks is half an year. So I thought of considering that as a series one, and we are going to have another 26 sessions from today, every Thursday. I try to invite every week one special faculty. Today we are having Ashwin Chopra, a chartered accountant. I known him maybe for the last 5 years. He is from Ballari. One of the very excellent faculty. I like his sessions. Let me take the privilege to introduce him before all of you. Ashwin Chopra is a fellow member of the ICAI and BCom graduate. He is also pursuing company secretary course. He cleared his CA at the age of 22 in his first attempt. He started his career as a partner at Meshes Kiran K. Jain and Company, where he worked for almost 7 years. In October 2022, he co-founded a new firm, Meshes A. Chopra and Associates LLP in Ballari, along with his wife, who is also a chartered accountant. It is a boutique firm that provides one-stop solution to service its clients. In his current role as a partner at Meshes A. Chopra and Associates LLP, he specializes in GST and company law matters. He has also presented various papers sharing his insights on topics like GST and usage of Excel at various forums. Apart from his professional accomplishments, he is an active member of social organizations such as Roundtable India and Jito Youth Wing. The session which we have taken up today is GSTR 2A versus books, the reconciliation using excellent Power Query. I know the skill of Ashwin Chopra for the last many years. He's excellent in Excel, especially VBA and Power Query. So when I asked him to take up the session, he graciously accepted our invitation and accepted to take up the session on this topic. I'm sure this is very relevant, considering this month end is the due date for GSTR 9 and 9C. That is nothing but the reconciliation statement for the financial year 22 and 23. Ashwin Chopra, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Ashwin.
you for the wonderful introduction. It's a pleasure to be a part of this Thursday for Technology series. And my heartfelt thanks to you for inviting me and for making me a part of it. And special thanks for I being the first speaker in your second series. It's a pleasure. And I keep following your Thursday for Technology series. It's a wonderful. I mean, I recommend each and everyone should watch all these videos because they give really good insights, practical issues which you solve in your videos, especially relating to Excel and Power BI and in technology in general. They're all really wonderful, sir, and you're doing great work. So we expect more series or more sessions from you in future, sir.
Thank you so much, Ashwin. You can share your screen. You are my
Yes, sir.
co-host. Next 1 hour is yours.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So the topic today we have chosen is use of Excel in reconciling GSTR 2A and books. Of course, there might be a lot of softwares, a lot of tools available, but what better than Excel? There might be many softwares which wherein we have to give our login credentials, we have to upload our data. But in case of Excel, we have everything with us. Nothing goes out of our office or out of our system. And Excel, as always, it is the best tool for any type of reconciliation or any data manipulation or whatever. So I thought let us do something with, let us play around with Excel. Using Excel, how do we reconcile GSTR 2A and books? Now, all of us would know these basic feature functions like pivot table. What we are going to use today is pivot table, then a little of Power Query. Just these two are the major functions which we are using, and I'm sure there are various sessions of Sharon sir in the past wherein he has taken these things in detail. So I recommend you all watch those sessions also. Now, in today's scenario, I mean, we have heard so many sessions, so many speakers emphasizing the use of technology in our profession. So, Excel is the very basic thing wherein all of us must be very familiar with Excel. So, let us just start with our reconciliation. So, what I will do is I will show you the result first. Then I will take you how to develop this or how to create this tool. So, it will be interesting. After this session, after creating this tool or after this session, all we have to do is copy, paste, click. That's it. Our GSTR 2A Reco will be done. I'll repeat again. All we have to do is copy, paste, click. So I'll just tell you what this is already ready. So if at all this is done for one client, if I want to do for some other client, I just have to paste the data. I'll come here. I'll right click. I'll click on refresh. Similarly, I'll do here, and this reco will be ready. So I have the data as per books here in these columns. Then I have data as per 2A here. Then I have the difference. And this is GSTN wise. Of course, I have changed the GSTNs because of confidentiality. For example, if I click here, I will get the invoice wise reconciliation also. For example, this invoice, the value as per books is 349,767. As per 2A also it is same. So the difference is 0. If I see here, these two invoices here, this invoice as per books is 52,325. As per 2A it is 52,325. The difference in both the things, plus and minus. This is because invoice number. Here the invoice number is SRIV 994. Here the invoice number is TN/SRIV. So I'm sure this is a very practical problem wherein the invoice numbers could not match. So to get an overall view of the repo, what we can do is we can do the reconciliation GSTN wise, party wise, to be more precise, wherein we get for one particular party what is the total input he has uploaded and what is the total input we have in our books, and this will be the difference column. So this kind of reconciliation we'll try to get it at the end of the session. So let us start building this tool or building this reconciliation. Now I have GSTR 2A files of a client for all the months from April to March in this folder. These files are downloaded from the GST portal. Now what I would need, the data what I would need for this reconciliation is the entire year's data of 2A and the entire year's data of books. For example, I have the purchase register or ITC register ready with me, which is extracted from an accounting software, be it Tally or some other software. This is the data. This is the ITC register. I have the date, GST of supplier. Of course, I have removed the name of the supplier. Then I have invoice number, invoice date. TV is taxable value as per books, IGST as per books, CGST, and so on. This is the data I have ready with me. So similarly, I would want the data from GSTR 2A, consolidated data. So what I can do to get the data, get a summary of all the months. Very simple approach would be I would open every 2A file, GSTR 2A file, copy the data, open one more Excel file, paste it, then again do the same procedure. open next month's file, copy and paste it below this file. But this is not something which we would do, because there are functions, there are features in Excel with which we can automate even this. And when I say automate, after doing this, next client, I would not have to repeat this procedure. I just have to dump my files here in this folder. So let me just show you. So let us create one new file. Say I can tell it consolidated GSTR to A. Let me just open this file. Then I will go to data tab. I'll click on get data. Now I am using Office 365. So in different different versions of Excel, the tab may differ. So I will click on get data from file. Here I have an option called from folder. Let me just click on here from folder. Now we'll navigate to the folder where I have these GSTR2F files. Yeah, I have it in this folder. So I will select this folder. I will click on open. With this, the Power Query window will open here. Okay, so I have these. So what Excel is telling me, this is a folder. In this folder, there are these many files. The type of these files is XLS. That means these are all Excel files. So next, I will click on transform data. Okay. So once I click on transform data, I have got it here. This is the content, this is the name, extension, date access, date modified. So there are so many various columns. If I scroll to the right, yes, there are so many columns. I do not want all these columns. What I want is only the content of this Excel file. So what I can do is, I can keep these two columns. I don't want all these columns. So I'll just select these two columns, right click and remove other columns. So I have removed all the unnecessary columns. Now what I want? I want the content in each of this Excel file. So for this, I'll have to write a small function or small formula. So what I will do is I'll come here. I will click on add column. Then I'll click on custom column. Okay. So let me name as data. And here I'll write a formula. Excel dot workbook, open bracket, content, close bracket. So let me click on OK.
Yeah.
No, I guess
Excel came two times, Ashwin.
yes. Custom column. Let me take as data. Excel.workbook. Content. I guess now it should
Can I
work.
give a small tip if you don't mind, Ashwin here?
Sir,
Ashwin, can I give a small tip here?
please.
Yeah. See, basically, this we call it as a M functions. M function is basically having two parts, before dot and after dot. Whenever you view a tab, if you can remove the formula once again, if you don't mind, just remove the formula. Yeah, you can start typing Excel, EXEL. Now, if you click tab, one second, if you click tab, there is no problem. Automatically Excel.workbook will come. Can you click tab now?
Yes.
Okay, for example, if you write Excel.w, can you go backspace? Yeah, remove everything. Yeah, now you can start typing Excel dot w. Yeah, now if you click tab, it's going to write Excel again. Can you tab?
Oh,
So always try to write, click tab before the dot. And also, you need not write a tab, Ashwin. Probably you can just start directly selecting Excel workbook. Automatically, it's going to show you at the bottom.
perfect, sir.
Yeah.
Thank
This
you
is a
for
small tip
the tip,
I feel
sir.
I can
It
share.
was wonderful.
Yeah.
So these minute details we get to learn from you only. So Excel dot, I can select, this is the better option. I can select this Excel dot workbook. No, Excel dot workbook. Yeah, now it is there. open bracket, square bracket, content, close bracket. I'll click on OK. Yeah, so I have got table. So I've got the data of every file here. So let me just click on this symbol, this small symbol, and expand it. I'll click on OK. So I've got so many other things here. For example, if you can see, in every 2A file, there are so many sheets: README, summary, B2B, B2B amendment, credit note, all these things. Okay, and there are some other columns also. These columns I would not want. So let me just remove these columns for now. Yeah. Now, let me just click here and expand the data in this. If I click OK, let me see what happens here. Generally, it doesn't take so much time. Okay, probably let me just start again. I guess there's some problem with Excel here. So let me just quickly do all these steps again. Data, get data from folder. I'll just navigate to the folder where I have saved the monthly 2A files. Click on OK. Now the Power Query window opens. I'll click on transform data. Again, apart from the first two columns, I don't want all of the things. I'll just click on right click, remove other columns. Then I'll go to add column, custom column. I'll name it as data. Then here, Excel dot workbook. I'll just click on this, open bracket, square bracket, content, close. Okay. Let us see. Yes, I've got the table. I'll click on expand, click on OK. Yes, so I've got all the things. So similarly, I'll remove these three columns which I don't want. Now I'll come here, I'll expand this table.
Maybe, Ashwin, here probably you may need to filter only B2B, is it? Maybe
Yes,
because
yes,
of that.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
So we have these many sheets. What we want is only the B2B sheets from the 2A files. We don't want all other data. So what we can do is we can come here, we can select only B2B sheets. So I'll select only B2B, click on OK. So with this, only the B2B sheets from all the 2A files comes here. Now I'll click on expand, click on OK. Yes. So let me just click on load and see what happens. Yeah, if you can see here, I've got April only some 6 rows, then January only 6 rows, February only 6 rows. So all the data has not come here. So you would also face the similar issue when you do this. So I searched a lot on this. I mean, why I was not able to figure out. Then I just did one simple thing. I called Sharon, sir, I am facing this issue. He told me one simple thing and my issue got resolved. So I'll tell you the same thing. What we had, there's some issue with the files downloaded from the GST website. So let me just try one thing, what Sharon sir told me. I'll open the GSTR 2A file of April, B2B sheet. I'll just select all, copy, then paste special. Click enter. I'll save this. I'll close this. I'll come here and click on refresh. So if you see, now all the April month entries have come here. All the April month entries have come. So there is some issue with the GSTR 2A file download from the portal. So what we'll have to do, we'll have to open the file, copy, paste special. Now should I do it for all the files again and again, for all the 12 files, open, copy, paste? Then again, if I have some other client, again I'll have to repeat this procedure, the same copy paste thing. I would not do that. So let us also not do that. Let us see something else. How can we achieve this through automation, or how can we automate this task so that next time, just with the click of few buttons, we can achieve the same thing instead of doing it manually. So for this, we can write a small code in VBA. So when I say write a code, we don't need to know programming. We don't need to know VBA. All we need to know is ask, and Chat GPT will give us. So let us ask Chat GPT, this is my problem, help me out. So let me just open Chat GPT. I will tell Chat GPT, give me a VBA code for the below. I have a folder which has many Excel files. Each file has a sheet named B2B. I want you to copy the data in this sheet and paste special the data in the same sheet. That's it. All we have to do is we have to tell the problem clearly and neatly. It'll give us a solution. We don't have to write the VBA code. We don't have to know VBA coding anything. It'll also give us the steps how to put this in the Excel file. So let us see what it is telling me. It has given the explanation so and so, and it is writing the code for me. Not just this thing. Any automation we want, we just have to prompt. We just have to tell ChatGPT, and it will give us a solution. So gone are the days when only people who knew VBA coding could do this. Now anyone can do it. Okay, it's still writing the code. Okay, yeah. Now it's giving the instructions step by step how I can do this. So what it's telling me, open Excel and press Alt F11. So I'll do this. I'll come here, Alt F11. Okay, then what do I do? In the VBA, it will go to insert and click on module. Okay, here is insert, then module. Okay, what's the third step? Copy and paste the above code into the module. Okay, I'll just copy this code. I'll come here, paste. Then what it is telling me? Change my folder variable to the part of your folder containing the Excel files. Okay, so where are my Excel files? I have the Excel files here. I'll copy the path of these Excel files. I'll come here. I'll click on, I'll change this. I'll paste my path here. Okay. Then what do I do? Okay. Run the macro by pressing F5 or via the run menu. Okay. So I'll just come here. I'll click on run. So let me see what it is doing. Okay. It says completed successfully. Let me just check if it has really done or not. Okay. Let me see for some other month. I'll come here, click on refresh. No, I don't think it hasn't. So there must be some issue with the code. Okay, I had done it earlier, same thing. I'll just come here. I'll again copy the path of my folder. Click here. Then let me just try this again. Okay, it is. I am not doing anything. I've just clicked on run. It is automatically opening every Excel file. It is copying the data, paste special. So the entire process is automated. Next time when I'm doing for some other client, I just have to click on run. So it will automatically do the entire procedure for me. So it is still doing. Yeah, it is done. So it is done for all the months. Now let us just come somewhere here and click on refresh. Yeah, it is refresh. Yes. So I've got the data for all the months. Earlier I had only for April. Now I have January. I come here. Yeah, for February, March. Yes. Hopefully I have for all the months. So with this, we have consolidated the data of all the Excel files, monthly GSTR 2 file into one single file. So even this process is automated. Next time when I'm doing for some other client, all I have to do is I'll come to this folder, remove these files, delete these files, and paste new the other client files in this folder. I'll come here and run the code. I'll just click on refresh actually. Run the code for doing paste special and click on refresh. I'll get the consolidated two-year data for the client. Okay. So this was one part of the tool. So I have this thing ready with me. Yeah. Consolidated to a full year. Okay, so I have this ready with me. I have the GST, invoice number, invoice type for all the months for one particular client. So this contains all the 12 months data. Similarly, the purchase register. The purchase register as per books of accounts, I have it here. Okay. Now, what do I have to, what do I have to make sure? The common fields, like for example, the date, GSTN, invoice number, the headings should be same in both the files, at least for these three things. The heading should be same. So once we have done this, then we don't have to change the headers. We just have to paste the data below these headers as per the headings. Okay, now what? Now next. Next, let us start creating the reconciliation. So what I will do, I'll just create one new Excel file, say Reco, will open. Now I want these data, the purchase history and the two data into this new Excel file. So similar, I'll use the Power Query again. I'll come to data tab, click on get data from file. It's an Excel workbook, so I'll click on Excel workbook. Then I will go to the folder. I will go to the file where I have saved the file. So first, let us take the GSTR 2A data. So GSTR full A data. I'll just click on import. Okay, so I've got the B2B. It has just one sheet, so I've got the B2B sheet. I'll simply click on load. So let us see what happens with this. Yes, I have got the entire GSTR 2A data here. So there are 2724 entries. So similarly, I will do it for the purchase register also. Click on get data from file, from workbook. Then I have the purchase register here. I'll click on this, click on import, click on this, click on load. Yes, I have got the purchase register here. Yeah. So there are 2635 entries. I've got the entire purchase register here. Now what do? I've got both the data here. Next what? So I'll come here to the data. I'll click on get data. Combine queries. There's something called as append, meaning it will combine both the file, both the data, GSTR 2 data and the purchase register data, one below the other. Let us see what happens after this. I'll just click on append. Then it will again open the Power Query window. I want the purchase register and I want the B2, which is the GSTR 2A. Okay, I'll just click OK. So with this, the Power Query will combine both the tables. It will automatically align the tables which are common, which have the common headers, and give us this. So let me name it as purchase register plus 2A. And I'll just click on close and load. I have got one more sheet created which says purchase register plus 2A. So the total number of entries here is 5359 rows. That means it's a combination of these both. What next? I've got the data. Okay. So simple. What I will do is I'll come here. I'll insert a pivot table. Pivot table. New worksheet. Yes. Now I will take the GST number into the rows. I've got this number. Okay. Then I would take taxable value as per books, IGST as per books, CGST, SGST, cess. Similarly, I would take the taxable value as per 2A, IGST as per 2A, CGST as per 2A, SGST and cess. I would also take the invoice number below the GST number. Okay. So for now, let me just collapse this. Yes, that's it. Our GST reconciliation is done. So probably what we can add a few more columns to get the differences also. So what I'll do is I'll come here, calculated field. I will come to the pivot table analyze tab. I'll click on field items and set. I'll click on calculated field. Say this is difference between taxable value. So I will select the taxable value as per books, click on minus, then I can select the taxable value as per 2. I'll just come here, double click on OK. I have an additional thing created here, difference taxable value. So I'll just drag this and put it at the bottom of values. So I've got one more table, one more column, difference in taxable value. Let me just check if it's telling me correct figures or not. So for this particular GSTN, as per books, the taxable value is 0. As per 2A, the taxable value is 125. So the difference is minus 125. That means books minus 2A is equals to the difference. Similarly, let us create for the taxes as well. So I'll again come here, click on this calculated field, difference IGST. So here I have to select IGST as per books, double click, minus IGST as per 2A. Okay. Similarly for CGS, different CGST. Come here, CGST as per books, click on minus, CGST as per 2A. Okay. Similarly for SGST, difference SGST, click on SGST as per books, SGST as per 2A. Okay. So I've got these many additional fields here. I'll just click them one by one. That's it. So I've got the difference column also. For example, let me just try to check here. Let me just freeze the pane so that I get the GST IN. Okay, let us see. Probably let me check. Let me just expand this. This GST, and there is one invoice. This is the invoice number. There is one invoice which is not there in books, but it is there in 2A. So the difference will be the values 2000 and so and so. Let me check for some other GSTIN. Okay, yeah. For example, this. So here, this is the total value of this party as per books, and this is the invoice level breakup. You see 52,000 taxable value. This invoice, the taxable value is 0. Okay. This invoice, this invoice, it is there as per 2A, but not as per books. But if you see the difference is positive and negative, like we had seen initially. So here, both invoices are matching. Reason being, the invoice numbers are punched, they are not punched properly in the books of accounts. For example, as per 2A, the invoice number is TN slash. Here, the TN is missing. But still, as an overall view of the party, I will see that this is the difference. Yeah, this is the difference. Similarly, we have for all these parties, and if at all we want the invoice level breakup, I'll just come here, click on this, I'll get all the invoice level breakup. So this is it. We have got the GSTR 2A done. Next time, when I'm doing for another client, I don't have to repeat the entire procedure again. I just have to take the 2A files of the client, put it in the 2A folder, take the books data as per client, put it in the purchase register, and just click on refresh, and my entire thing will be ready. For example, let me just open what I had prepared already. So yeah, this is the same thing I had done. I've done a little bit of formatting and all. Now, if you want a summary, what can I do? I can just copy the entire thing. Like I've done here, I've pasted here. This is not without invoice. This is per GSTN wise. And what I have done, I have written a small formula. What it says, if the difference is zero, then it is max. If the difference is negative, that means if the values are there in 2A but not in books, then I have written X is in 2A. If the difference is positive, X is in purchase register. For example, this one. As per purchase register, the value is 130.57. And as per 2A, the value is 130.17. So that means this party, there are more bills in books than in 2A. So I've got excess in purchase register. Just three values: match, excess in 2A, excess in purchase register. So even these formulas are ready. I don't have to do it again and again. Next time, I just have to paste the data, everything will be done. I have the summary here. Even this will get ready automatically after the data is refreshed or whatever. As per 2A, the total value is so and so. As per purchase register, difference. This is on an overall view. Here, the match value of match credit is so much excess into it. This much credit is excess into it. That means the client has missed out claiming so much credit. This is the credit which is excess in purchase ratio. That means these are the parties who have not uploaded certain bills in the GSTR 2A. If I see the number of parties, it is 31 parties here, 33 parties here, 65 parties here. This is the basic reconciliation which I could think of. You can again add, keep on adding things in this, create it as a template, then use it for all the clients. It is an automated tool. So let us just check if at all I paste some other clients to a data here, whether the refresh thing, whether the entire thing will work again or not. Let us try. So here we have it for one particular client. For example, this is the data for one particular client. Let me just paste it here for us to compare. Or probably we can do this in the end. I can tell you one more thing where we can use the same methodology. We have the e-way bills data with us. Every month, the client generates few e-way bill, and we have the GSTR1 data with us. So recently, in our in a departmental audit, they raised audit objection saying that these are the invoices for which e-way bill is not raised. That means they extracted data from GSTR1, compared with e-way bill data, and told that, okay, these are the GSTR1 invoices which are not then e-way bill. Vice versa, these are the bills, these are the invoices in e-way bill, but you have not disclosed the same in GSTR1. So I thought, how do we automate this particular thing? So I'll just quickly show you how we can achieve that. We have the entire thing same, similar methodology. So I have the e-way bills data here. I have the monthly e-way bill files here. Then I have the GSTR1 data, that is data as per books. Of course, I have hidden this GST number and customer name. This is data as per books or GSTR1, I can say. And I have the e-way bills which are downloaded from the portal month-wise summary. Now, I have e-way bill for each particular month. So what can I do to combine this? Should I open again, copy and paste one below the other? Or I can do some automation in this also. So we would definitely not open each and every file, copy paste, because this we can do for one particular client. But if we have 10 clients, 20 clients, we cannot repeat this procedure again and again. And it is just a routine task. So we can automate this as well. How do we do that? This time, let us not use Power Query. Let us use VBA. Like I showed earlier, all we have to do is tell ChatGPT, this is my problem, give me a solution. We don't have to know the VBA coding at all. For example, I'll open a file. What I will tell ChatGPT. Okay, I've already told this. Okay, I have a folder which has multiple files and each file has a sheet. I want to consolidate all the sheets in one single sheet and give me a VBA code for this. What I've told, in a folder, there are multiple files. Every file has just one sheet. Consolidate all the sheets and give me one particular consolidated file. So it gave me this VBA code. I'll just copy this code. I'll come here, click on Alt F11, insert, module, paste. I'll just change the path where I have the e-way bills. This is the folder where I have the e-way bills. I'll just copy this path, come here, and paste. Then I'll come here, macros, click on run. Let us see if it gives me something. Okay. Okay, it has given me something. I'm not sure if it's correct or not. But yes, let me see the dates. Yes. Yes, I have the dates. May, then I have August, I have probably I can apply filter and check which are the months where I've got. Yeah, I've got May, June, July, August. Few files I've not got. Probably this is the same thing because of the structure of data from the GST websites. But mostly you would get the output with this particular method. So I have it ready with me. I have the e-way data here. So let us apply similar procedure, similar methodology, and try to create a reconciliation tool for e-way bill versus GSTR 1. So what I'll do is I'll just create an Excel file. Here I'll come to data, get data from file, from Excel workbook, and I have my GSTR 2A data, GST e-way bills data. Uh, I guess, yeah. Click on this, click on import, e-way bills, click on load. Similarly, I'll just add on this one. I'll click on data from file from Excel workbook. I want the GSTR1 data. I'll click here, this file I have ready with me, and click on import books. Click on load. I've got the data here. Now all I have to do is append these, combine these two data. So what we will do, we'll just go to data tab, get data, combine queries, append one below the other. So let us see what we get here. Okay, one is books data, the other one is e-way bills data. Click on OK. Okay, we've got this appended data. Let me rename it as e-way plus GSTR1. Click on OK. Click on load, close and load. Yes, I've got the data here. Now, for example, this particular thing, we have the GSTR 1 fee columns and GSTR 2A columns also. Let me just show you here. Yeah. This is the particular file. Same thing, I have hide the GS number and customer name. So I have the invoice number as per books. Till here I have the books data, and here I have the e-way bills data. I have hidden some unnecessary fields. You see from L to AJ, there are some unnecessary fields which you don't want. Now what this thing will give me, this is a particular invoice as per books. This is the value, and as per e-way bill, there is no such entry with this invoice. If you see this entry, this invoice, this is the value as per books, this is the value as per e-way bill. So for this particular invoice, e-way bill is generated. So what this will do, this will take invoice number as a base and try to match. So after this is done, what we can do, we can just filter out and check which are the invoices for which e-way bill is generated, which are the invoices for which e-way bill was not applicable, which are the invoices for which e-way bill was applicable but not generated, all the 4-5 parameters. Once for all, we can create those things, put it here, and use it as a template for all of the clients. For example, I have done this. What I have done, I have written a formula here. Again, when I say I have written a formula, I haven't done it. It is done by ChatGPT. It's a big formula. Yeah, this is the formula. I have not written the formula. I just told ChatGPT this is my requirement. What I have told, if the values in both the things, e-way bill and books, if it's same, give me as matched. If the value as per books is less than 50,000, give me as e-way bill not applicable or something. So if you just give your requirement, it'll give you a nice formula, and you can just cross check if it's working properly. We have this ready. Then we have created a pivot table here with all the remarks. So it gives me this. E-way bill is not applicable for so many things. Reason, the invoice value will be less than 50,000. Matched e-way bills. These are the e-way bills which are there both in the e-way bill data and GSTR1 data. E-way bills not generated. The value was more than invoice value was more than 50,000, but there is no e-way bill present with that invoice number. No invoice in books. So this is very dangerous. These are the e-way bills for which there is no invoice raised. That means e-way bill is generated, but subsequently invoice is not raised. Probably the client forgot to cancel the e-way bill or what. I don't know. E-way bills with mismatch. That means invoice numbers are same, but the values are not same. So we get all this data. It's just one-time effort. We keep this template ready. Next thing is just copy, paste, and done. Every month we can carry out this exercise without any efforts, without any additional time, additional resources. And we improve the quality of service, the quality of deliverables, what we give to our client. Now, coming back to our earlier tool, let us try to check if it works. The GSTR 2A versus books. I guess we have another 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes. Yeah. So I have GSTR 2A of some other clients here. I'll just copy this and come to the folder. I'll delete these Excel files, these GSTR files, and paste. This is some other client's data. Now let us try to see if this tool works or not. Okay. Yeah, I have the GSTR 2A data with me. Okay. Yes, I haven't saved it. Let me just check. No, I haven't saved that file. Okay. So it will definitely work. This is what Power Query does. It will check the folder, it will consolidate all the files and give it to you. So yeah, so this was about using Power Query with Excel for GSTR 2A. Sharon sir, you would like to add anything in this?
No, this is excellent. Undoubtedly, using the Power Query and VBA, we can do best things. Most of the cases, we as a chartered accountants and articles, we want to complete the work fast, but we don't know the methods through which we can complete the work. If anyone can learn the Power Query is one of the tool just with click of buttons without even writing a single line of the code, we can do the best job. So the best part of what Ashwin covered today is if you can just keep the second folder, right? So you come back, refresh it automatically because it remembered. If you can see the Power Query at the back end, once he opened the Power Query editor, right side, all the steps has been written. When right steps, all the steps written, all those steps will be executed once you refresh. That means the first step, probably you can show that, yeah. So it will go to the first step source, it will execute, then second step, then third step, and so on. Even if you can make your path also dynamic. Okay. So couple of important things I would like to put here. After you import all the 12 months B2B 2A files, certainly there is some cleanup activity you need to do because headers, almost like 3 to 4 line items you have to remove. In between, there is a line item with the name called total you have to remove and so on. That either you can do it in the Power Query if you are a pro Power Query user, or you can do it in Excel so that whatever the activities again you are doing in Excel that will can be recorded. And whenever you put some other company data into the same folder, refresh, automatically that work can be done. One more important thing I would like to put here, because Ashwin was talking about the appending. Whenever you want to append, you make sure that your headers are proper, right? If you can see, Ashwin kept for books as well as B2B, that's nothing but the 2A file, GSTIN of supplier, the same title. That's the reason both books as well as GSTR 2A of GST number came one below other. He also kept invoice number the same title. That's the reason it came one below other. Invoice type that came one below other. Invoice date that came one below other. But if you can see, for 2A, he kept the invoice names, whatever the names the two B2B sheet has given. But for the books, just for the identification, he kept books CGST, books IGST. That is required to get the extra columns. The data should come into the extra column. So make sure that you are doing that activity. Otherwise, if the same columns you keep even for CGST, SGST, the data will come one below other than one after other. Those are all a small caution you need to take it. But undoubtedly, Ashwin, this is excellent session. I'm sure whoever working with many clients, especially this December month, if they can do a proper GSTR 2A reconciliation, this not only for 2A, even for GSTR 1, wherever they have 12 months file and they have to consolidate, Power Query is some option which they can evaluate. And also you go through that chat GPT. These days, VBA became so much easy, because earlier we need to start writing the code from the scratch, from sub. Now we need not to do that. It's going to give us, and we just need to edit wherever it is required. Thanks to chat GPT. And undoubtedly, this is one of the excellent session. In fact, there were almost like at one point of time 65 to 70 live participants are there. I'm sure after I post this video again, there will be more participants which will come and watch this video. And one interesting thing which I found from the comments, I always, like if anyone can share the knowledge on this. One person kept a message in the comments that Ashwin, we have done copy paste, right? To get that particular data into the Power Query, copy paste special values of B2B, right?
Yes, yes.
But there is some alternative. I can see the name of channel Gyan underscore Chintan, right? He said, instead of copy and pasting, if we can go to the bottom of the file and again save the same, this problem is resolved. I did
Okay.
not try, certainly. Probably, can you quickly try if possible?
Let us
If
just
possible.
try.
Let me read out his comment. Instead of copy and pasting, if we go to bottom of the file and again save the same, this problem is resolved.
Let us just try that one
Yeah,
quickly.
you just import one single file. That is sufficient.
Yes, yes, yes.
You need not
We
to take
come
the
to the
entire folder.
bottom. Should I save?
Yeah, yeah, save. That's what he's saying. Save it, close
Save,
it, close
close.
it. I think this has been already copy paste special value file. Is it?
This is the other one. This is the other data.
Okay, okay, no problem. And now can you go to the blank Excel? Yeah, take it. Yeah, first one you are taking. Yeah, this the best part of learning and sharing. Many people explore different
Yes, it is
options.
coming. It is coming.
Excellent, excellent. Can you
Wonderful.
try for second one also, just to confirm that this method working fine? Second file
What
also.
I'll do, I'll
Normally
just,
you take it first.
yeah, I'll try
Take
it
normally just
normally.
to check.
Then we
Yeah.
see if it's working or not.
Yes. Yes.
No, here it's
We can
not
see only
working.
six. Yeah. Now we can open the file. Go to the end of the file sheet. Yeah.
Save,
Save it.
close,
Close it.
from file from Excel workbook. May import. Working. Wonderful.
Excellent. Gyan underscore Chintan.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much. And I request you also can, anyone whoever watching can go to his channel. I'm sure he could have kept excellent, videos on different topics. Thank you so much. This particular problem solution credit is for Gyan and Chintan. In fact, this resolves the problem of even that VBA also. We need not to
Yes, yes.
open every file, copy and paste it. Thank you so much, Ashwin. With this, we are closing this week Thursday for technology session. Next week, guys, we will come up with a new session with a different speaker. Thank you so
Thank you,
much,
sir.
Ashwin,
Thank you
once
so
again.
much.